D'accord. Tu es où, papa? On sait. Good evening. Good night. On to so. Is it the father is not responding?
Look at you, look at the way you have to do the chimney like that. Yes, I see it. Hey, very nice.
Tonight.
I want to see everything.
You lose yourself. You will keep this boy.
I can see you, Ada. You look nice. Very nice. Ada Mansa.
Ada, stop. Oh, stop now. Oh, yeah. Oh, Shelby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, mommy. I've got to go.
I didn't know this.
Oh, you busy.
Stop!
I'll beat you.
You beat who? You beat who?
I'll beat you.
Eh? Okay, if you beat me, I will not buy toffee.
Stop. Oh, stop now.
Mommy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Shelly.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, mommy. I've got to go.
I didn't know this.
Oh, you busy.
Stop!
I'll beat you.
You beat who? You beat who?
I'll beat you.
Eh? Okay, if you beat me, I will not buy toffee.
Christopher Voncujovi è problema. È a gennaio che torno.
Nabiti mi oru utamiri. Ku. Sorry. Ofimare.
You can talk. Because I'm a interpreter, some oil price.
Funke o cameraman, I'm like it fine. Mukul. Itu apa kau? Ayat lah.
Yeah, I'm going to talk. When you do, yeah. I'm going to do 2 people.
So this is the next day at African Magic Temple. Yesterday we did some rituals, which is the poverty rituals, and we woke up this morning just to find out that the money we put down, we picked it, the one with $1, earlier on, the one with $1 was picked, and the one over here, which was the Ghana cedis with the 5 cedi and stuff, also was picked. So like the work is done. Like that, thank you.
Good night. On to so. He said the father is not responding.
Look at you, because they will have to do a chimney like that.
The father is not responding. Franklin, na answer. Yes. D'accord. J'ai au papa. On sait. Good evening. Good night. On to so. He said the father is not responding.
You got the way to do a chimney like that.
The father is not responding. Franklin, na answer. Yes.
Adamaza.
Mami, you. Mami, me. Who's texting me?
Let's go, send it.
Yes, shit. Wow. I thought I would. Mami, you need him more.
Yes, I see it. Hey, very nice. Hmm?
Tonight. Oh,
I want to see everything.
you lose yourself. You will keep this boy.
I can see you, Ada. You look nice. Very nice. Ada Banza.
And stop. Oh, stop now. Oh, yeah. Oh, she. Oh, she. Oh, yeah, mommy.
Ada, how you busy?
Stop! Oh!
I beat you.
You beat who? You beat who?
I beat you.
Eh? Okay, if you beat me, I will not buy toffee.
Ada, stop. Oh, stop now.
Mommy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she
Mush.
Oh, she. Oh, yeah, mommy. I've got to.
I didn't know this.
Ada, how you busy?
Ada, stop! Oh!
I beat you.
You beat who? You beat who?
I beat you.
Eh? Okay, if you beat me, I will not buy toffee.
Christopher Voncujovi is over. Abuja, get all.
Kenapa tu orang dah utang ni? Kok. Sorry. Ofin ada.
You can talk. Because I'm the petrol, palm oil price.
Phone tu kamera malam ni lagi fine. Muka tu apa kau? Ayah lah.
Yeah, I'm going to talk. When you do, yeah. I'm going to do two people.
So this is the next day at African Magic Temple. Yesterday we did some rituals, which is the poverty rituals, and we woke up this morning just to find out that the money we put down, we picked it. The one with $1 earlier on, the one with $1 was picked, and the one over here, which was the Ghana cedis with the 5 cedi and stuff, also was picked. So like the work is done. Like that, thank you.
Good night. On to so. He said the father is not responding.
I'm going to do a chimney like that.
The father is not responding. Franklin, na answer. Yes.
Three, two, one.
Thank you, Chris. We'll get to your point once we start.
Thank you very much, everybody. Good afternoon. This is Revolution Live Magic Temple in Accra. Your host. In the Vodu I practice, I don't have enough and it is not a group thing, and we don't need any hierarchy, whether somebody is higher than someone. That doesn't really matter. You can give respect to people who teach you, and you can also learn from people who are younger than you. Yes, still you can give them respect. It is not the age that matters, but the experience, the one you can learn from. And learning from such a person, once it can give you a way forward in your practice and in your quest for the truth, for the divine, that is all that we need. It is not a situation where people have to have names and ranks, anything. So here I am this afternoon, once again, to teach you, to answer your questions, and also to learn from you. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go on straight to pour some simple libation to my ancestors, to the Vodus and the energies that I am working with, and we can proceed from there. Thank you very much, and welcome to Facebook Live question and answer, Revolution question and answer stream. Thank you, everybody. You are all welcome. Oh, ago mauga, mauga sobolisa manduago, mauga kitikata manduago, mauga ese joto amejoto, ese na nuame, ese te nuame, wameno bevi, wameno bevi mediana nu, dokono bevi ogbena, dokono bevi mediana nu, wameno bevi ogbena, ese popolipo, ese datafia, ese nyu amenyu, ese gla amegla, ese nye Georgie, me Georgie. Me do abo me yo she me ham fura she kwese me fura she kwiti me do abo e me yo mi anozo je ani du so kaka chikazi mo je adre me ala fa nya gbe la pe e nya gbe jo ho nya me yo ra kekelo we nya ani ba ma do flo fo kwa yin ba ma do adeka we nya be me ma teku etega hanam o me yo akan me chugo kan mo yo akan je ho akan du so akan tro ho akan me yo akan du fi akan me yo ataba akan ga akan pẹ̀lú pàtẹ́ nígbà àgàdóró akófìlà bàmí dọ́jú òfì àtọ́ àbá sọ́rọ́mọ́tẹ́ dọ́jú ẹ̀yọ́ mi nídọ̀ àwọn ẹ̀yọ́ mi kọ̀ gbá ọ̀pọ̀ wù àwọn kàkú ọ̀pọ̀ mi ọ̀ zango ẹ̀yọ́ mi pèlè fìrí kékeré ní ẹ̀kọ́ àgbà àmọ̀ òǹgbùgà kẹló ẹ̀nà tó mi ẹ̀yọ́ mi yọ ọjọ́ pàtà ìjọ máa kú àfọ̀kẹ́mọ̀ bọ̀ ẹ̀mọ́ ti mi bọ̀ fún gbogbo ẹ̀gbẹ̀rẹ̀ o kókóló kó àtọ́lẹ̀ fọ̀fọ́ mi dọ̀gbẹ̀ ní òye mi dọ̀gbẹ̀ ní mẹ́tò ayé àwọn ọmọdé òtọ́ àdúgbò àdúgbò ẹ̀gbẹ̀ ní ilé pẹ̀lú ẹ̀gbẹ̀tọ́ ọbàjọ́ tó zọ pé ìlú omi náà tẹ́pẹ́rẹ́ ká jọ pàtà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹlẹ̀ àfi ẹ̀jọ̀fọ́ ọbàjọ́ yìí jọ pàtà ọbẹ̀ fìyà jọ pàtà metro me gbeda amolo afi fagbe riedi jopata neno ani afi mia ajolo jopata tepe me yo me se me bo di to to be de daba pelu ti zugbo lu ajina ogboju pelo do dara kon ko valentine fa va lo do na pofu ago sapate me yo atigeli me yo elo goro vodu me yo ra ke ala fia hana ko fa da ko ra be vira da sida be me yo ndo sia ni a di peu poto ni a kala menu poto ni a sa poto ni a di victime poto a uni da me chiapa aba ble a uni ble ve wa da pe gudu me yo aja gamba bodo vi me ko acha bodo zo na ba to me yo mi ara ka me yo afana go ma ji so ko so pe to so le na da pa gidi me yo pali be meji e ku meji wo le meji lo so meji mo le meji abla meji akla meji buda meji sa meji ka meji trupe meji me yo tula meji me yo le te meji me yo chele fu meji pali che tula me yo ko bo vire ku fa to ba le bo to ba adenya ebe yo apeli progodo sa bada ko vi bodo apeli to agbe apeli to asin apeli to ewo nugo onuno owo mi ono vo ono asisin ku gama yo ama ya se agbo ba ho nya apeli to aya agbo ba ho nya apeli to nya apeli mo no amesi do wa mo apeli mo no amesi odi e mo mo na apeli mo no amesi obi anu o mo ka edo mo be yo ara o apeli mo no amesi de obi anu re o mo mo na apeli mo no amesi de odi anu re yo mo ka edo mo be yo kwa gidi asabiti me yo mi okeke me yo to gbe aplapo segesubu ahanani okeke enya tepe me yo aplege de mapeza ko chi no kwa chi ajebu no kwa chi mole vo kwa chi chivi tani me de be khere ke de bo khe bezani de beza akutobe de beza ji tai de beza eyenye wole e ora che niente be a un buga che nelle Facebook live wo to bi mama opete me le yo to ni perspective yo me na cosa boku e ba kwa hana mi anu e me do ago yo to be gejere papa sese e me yo brahini me yo bogochi me yo me foli ko ko mo te go mi go do pluche kuma ko na to be ni ba ho me yo to ni perspective ku bi yo na cosa boku foli ko geje tan ya mo si fusi jam ko so abra ko bra mama ni gbo ba to be na go ku kofi akubia mensa me yo mi ara ke ku to me ne fa na ni bo re me na bo na fa na bo ya wakubia Katrina kubia fanya sense ko fanya ya obena kubia me yo mi na ke tuto me fana ni ya me yo o kubia si la bene kate pe mensa kuto me fana ni boboro no me yo awu no tuji me ko tuji to tuji me yo kinikini asese ko nchina be bara so bara ko na kuto me fana me yo to be to fa hu agbovi ba ko ha ni me yo abako afacha wa joge ba ko kuto me fana ni gbogbo le me na gbogbo ne fana ni kudo ni brevi mi no lo me yo mi ala keke dagbe ji me yo mi do ko dagbe fi dagbe si dagbe ji me yo mi do e me yo ho le ba po ho la vega me do abu nani e me yo to be anani tu le jita to be Abraham ji velu le chami kuto me fana ni gbogbo le me na gbogbo ne fana lo ya te pe me yo fiato to be Kavi Simon Kavi Ajohu abenyina sida na kwa kimi abenyina sida ba ko kuto me ne fana ni gbogbo re na gbogbo ne fana mlo me yo mi adi di pe mi poto me yo mi akele me poto za mi poto viviti me poto awudi da ba me chia ba gbe bi wa da pe me yo to no to nyanya ko manya petite ba ha ne mi ano na gbogbo ne fana mlo me le no fiamu na dasi asime na nyanya egbe ano na manya to na ta ko be na ne me ko nure ma ko le mi be te pe tutulo ati kura tie jere tepe godo mi na ma ko ma ko godo na di bu na di ga egbe yen ka bu na kosra yi me ni agere na me yo bete mo hora mi de o no sro nde no ko de ti na do ko agbaba mo no bu na mi ala me sese mo no bu na mi ngwa yi be mo no bu na mi ga be mo no bu na mi so ma be ti me be mo no agbe ati no agbe ka wa no mi na mi no agbere na mi afure mi o agbe me Pushing over, okay, to Jabaku, which are yeah, we are now on Facebook. We have Kamo saying Aboye. Kamo saying Aboye. Yoruba for Ifa greetings, but then in Ewe Aboye we greet. That's the way the Ewes greet. That's the way the Ewes. In Ewe land we don't use Abodu, Aboye, Aboshishe, like how the Yorubas say. In Ewe we also come in there sometimes if we want to use the Yoruba word, but we don't greet our people by Aboye, Aboshishe. We greet our people Togbe and Nuleto. We are doing Vodu here. So anyway, your greetings are all accepted. And then Billy Kamo, okay, good to be seeing you again. Papa, thank you for sharing your wisdom and tradition. I'm very grateful to you, Billy Kamo. Very thankful that you joined us this afternoon. Then we have Rajesh Kohli. I couldn't get any videos of Tantra, Mantra, Jantra. I have not made any videos of Tantra, Jantra, Mantra, Jantra. I have never made any video on that. I am teaching Ewe Vodu, and that's what I am teaching. I'm not teaching Tantra here, and I'm not teaching anything about yoga here, and I'm not teaching anything about Hinduism here, because I am teaching about my culture, about my people. I only sometimes make references to Tantra and the Mantra and the Jantra and all other Hindu philosophy and disciplines. I'm not teaching about Hinduism. I'm teaching about Vodu, which is the way my people approach their divine being. Call him whatever you like. So I'm not teaching Tantra. I'm not teaching Mantra here. I only make references to them, Rajesh. Thank you very much for joining. And then, is that all there? Can we? I think all. Then we have Ajay, Yamwa, Elvis. If somebody steals your thing, what direction will help so that you identify the culprit? Ajay, I don't know. What the question? You start the question from the middle of the everything. I cannot really get what you mean. I think the best thing is to break things down from everything, because if you are not practicing spirituality, how can I tell you where to start from? I'm very sorry, but it is not the way I do my things. And then I have a big sister, Ifadara. He has a grand rising, Papa, and family blessings to everyone. Blessings to you, big sister Ifadara. We are grateful that you've joined us. And we have Shamba Musa Mohammed saying greetings, Papa. Greetings, Shamba. How are you? I've seen your feeding of your amaze ga, which was very beautiful. Keep the flame burning. Yeah, that was nice. You did well. Thank you very much. I think you are just like me, where I was too serious into voodoo or too serious into spirituality from childhood, and I can see that in you. Keep it up, Shamba. And then we have our sister Jamfi Florence saying good afternoon, Sister Florence, Auntie Florence, good afternoon. How is everybody doing? Oh yes, we are all doing well, Auntie Florence. And how are you and the family back in the Netherlands? My regards to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us this very afternoon. Then we have our sister Vivian Baka. Say hello, Papa. Hello, Vivian. How are you? Thank you very much. I think we have sent your heads to through somebody to you, and once the person gets them, they will inform us, and then I will inform you how they are going to forward them to you. We gave it to somebody personally to take to the US, so you will soon be getting the herbs for herbal bath. Thank you very much, Vivian. Thank you for joining us. I'm very grateful to all of you for joining us. Let's go to YouTube, and then we'll come to Clubhouse. Okay, on YouTube we have Father Jibezan, Seso Katobi Jibezan. Greetings and good day, Papa. Bokor Anuledo. Thank you very much, Anuledo, for you too, or Anuledo to you too, Bokor. And I'm glad to see you well, and thank you for all you do and share. Have a blessed day and prosperous week. I wish you the same, Toby Jibezan. I'm wishing you the same. Have a very blessed day and a very blessed week, and a very prosperous one for that matter. Thank you very much for joining us. And then, of course, we are now going straight to Clubhouse. So please, is all the people in the Clubhouse, anybody who is ready with a question or anything, then we can take it from there. Said, before we go to Clubhouse, there is someone waiting at the station. So please, people. On to straight to Clubhouse. I'm going to coach you. Yeah, Senna.
Hello, Papa. Can you hear us? We cannot hear you.
Is it so? Can you hear me now? Why they cannot hear me? Is it okay now? This is having the problem. Yeah, can you hear me now?
I can talk now.
Senna, can you people hear me on Clubhouse?
Yes, Papa, we can.
Okay.
Yes, Papa, I can hear you.
Okay, because I think we have some small problem after the call. So let's go on. Anybody on the Clubhouse, and I'm saying my greetings to all of you. Clubhouse, we have Senna, Shamba, Kiki, we have Otun, we have Westner, Samuel, Kojo, Elizabeth, Ray, then we have Melissa Roshan, Porter, we have Kehinde, Ekau, we have Ifa Beni, and then Christopher and myself, and then Nana. I think these are the people who I can see here now. There is Blaze, Omoro, Tonya, Akachi, and Karima. I think that is it, that we have Betty joining, and then there's a J. I don't know the name, but that's what I've seen. So my regards to all of you, and thank you very much for joining our Facebook Live section this afternoon.
Papa, thank you very much. I do have a question. Greetings to everyone.
Thank you very much. Okay, go ahead with your question, please.
Okay, my question is, I wanted to know if there's a relationship between what we call Bosa and Afa and what's known as Zoka or Joka. Is there a difference or similarity? And then how is it that over time there'll be a specific Bosa that's remembered and passed on, and then at the same time there's a Zoka too? Is it through experimentation that verse, or is there some other means that the recipe?
Okay, thank you, Nana. Is it Nana Kukusachi?
Yes.
You are very much welcome. And you wanted to know how the Vosas in Joka and Afa and Vodu are done, and if they are put into a book, or if there's a verse that has been laid down or has been there, and when the persons they see the verse, then people can know what to do. Is that the question?
Yeah, exactly. Is it the same from town to town, family to family, country to country, or is somehow there's different?
No, there is not. There is some little differences, but they are not that of the differences are not that of a great importance. The point is that when in Joka, which is very common with the Ewes or the central Ewes, we deal with Joka as a main thing, and also deal with the ancestors and Joka. Unlike the southern part of Ewe, where they deal with Joka, they deal mostly with Afa and then Vodu as this thing. And of course, inside the Vodu there are Joka, and every incantation inside Vodu is automatically a Joka. How do we do the rituals of each one? What happens is that when you do a reading, when the oracle, that even people doing Joka sometimes will do a reading when they want to know what is happening, and they will know exactly what fossa to do. So in each oracle that falls for a person in a reading, there are certain kind of rituals or fossa that are already decided by our ancestors long time. So each reading comes with its own besa. Oh yeah, because there will be a besa, and then from the besa, you will be able to know what is happening to the person, and then the oracle comes. Each one comes with its own vosa. So it does not matter whether it has fallen for Senna or has fallen for Kojo or has fallen for Nana. So long as it has fallen for Kojo, then we will know that it is the same thing. And the same thing will fall for Nana or for Senna. If it is the same oracle that has fallen, we will do the same kind of vosa. The little bit difference in it is that if the person is a tall person, a short person, a fair-skinned person, a dark-skinned person, a fat person, or a slim person, it is only in this part that the little differences will come. So of course, and if the person is a woman or a man, then the vosa will have some small differences, but otherwise it is all the same. Thank you very much, Nana Kokosachi. Thank you very much for joining us. And if you really understand, let's see. If you don't, you can still ask a follow-up question where I can maybe break it down a little bit more. But if it is clear, then that's fine.
Melissa, you have a question?
Thank you, Brother Stephen. Good morning, Papa.
Good morning, Melissa Roshan. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I wanted to ask, because I've been told in the past week that my Orisha is Oshun, and that she is crying out to me to return to her. And my path is Ifa, and I'm wondering what the difference is and why is there. I mean, I think that the Orishas are beautiful, of course, but I'm wondering what the difference is. Can I still practice? Can I still do something with Oshun? And Ifa, is it the same? Thank you, Papa.
Okay, Melissa Roshan, thank you very much. You see, in Ewe Afa and Ewe Vodu, we don't just tell people this is your Orisha, so you should follow it or it's calling out to you. We don't do that in our Ewe Afa until you are initiated. If you are not initiated, there's no way you can know the Orisha that guides your life. At least in Ewe Afa, until initiation is done, you can never know the Orisha that guides your life. Through ordinary reading, they can tell you that, oh, in your reading there is Hemiaso or Shango, or there is Legba is speaking in your this is, so Legba should be fed. But that does not mean Legba is your Orisha or Shango is your Orisha. In Ewe Afa, we don't do that. And I wonder whether that is really true in Yoruba Ifa as well, whereby without getting initiation, people will be able to tell you what your Orisha is. It is not possible, because it is during the initiation, when you enter into the initiation room and you are able to capture your own Orisha or Poli, as Eves call it, the Odu that will fall for you in Ezume when they are initiating you. It is inside that Odu or Afadu or Poli that we will know what other Vodus that are inside, because the Vodus are the same as the Orishas. Then they will know which Vodus follow your oracle that fell for you in the initiation. So without being initiated, and somebody is telling you that this Orisha is calling out to you, me, I don't believe that. It's a sham. It's a fake. It's fake. Without initiation, you cannot know your Orisha. At least in every farm, if they don't initiate you, you cannot know your Orisha. I don't know. That's why I say I don't know how it is in the Yoruba way. But in every farm, until you are initiated, before you know which vodus or which orishas are inside your life and the ones to attend to. It is not like a child's play, like going to the shop and buying a doll and call it any name that you like. Voodoo, Afa, and Ifa, I believe they are very real. But then of today, a lot of people go making things look as if it is just a child's play, and they just tell you that Oshango is calling you, Obatala is your head. Without initiating, how do you know that Obatala is your head spirit? How can you know when you have not gotten initiation into Afa or into Ifa? The Ifa is a word in Yoruba, and the Ewe is called the same Afa. So whichever it is, if Afa is calling you and it is showing, then what you can do before you know your Orisha is to get initiated in the Ezume, your Poli, your oracle that is upon you will show itself. It's not me who will give it to you, and it is not any priest that will give it to you. It is you yourself who will capture that Orisha or the Poli or your Afadu, your life, your destiny's path. It is you who is going to capture it with your own hand. It is not the priest, it is not the teacher, but it is you. But the teacher will guide you until you'll be able to capture it, and then the teacher will see what you have and tell you what it means, and then break it down for you, what your life is and what things you should do in life and the way you should live your life. But the teacher cannot, without you capturing your own body, and just tell you that you are this, you belong here, you belong there. I have never seen it before with real teachers. So Melissa, Roshan, that's my answer to your question.
Thank you, Papa.
You're welcome. Thank you too for the question. I'm fine, Wesna. How are you too? Thank you very much for joining.
At the beginning, before you said Ago. What does that mean?
Ago is an Ewe word and also a form word which means knock knock. When you go to greet, when you want to greet elders, or you get to somebody's home and you want to call them, you don't call them by their names first. You just say Ago, 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 like kokoko or knock knock, knock knock, knock knock. Then they say, oh, who is there? Then you say, oh, it's me. Aha, who are you looking for? Then you start mentioning the names of the people you are looking for. So Ago is the Ewe word for knock knock. When you don't knock the door, you use your mouth to knock. That's what they say. Ago.
Thank you very much. You know, I'm always trying to find the language because they use that a lot in Asian songs.
Okay. Yeah, I can understand because the Haitians, part of them are English, so automatically they will retain that part of the basic languages. Maybe with time, a lot of other languages has entered into the Ewe language in Haiti, but still some basic ones will definitely remain if they are practicing Voodoo.
Papa, please, speaking of language, what are your thoughts about Black Dominican Christians who are more evangelical and they speak in tongues when a spirit has gotten over them? My theory is that, particularly with Black people, when they're saying Hobobo Shaba or whatever, I bought a thing when I should have bought a book by that ridiculousness. My theory is one is rubbish and or two, not spirit comes over them. Not true. Well, in the future when I'm speaking, make certain you don't cut me off, please. Thank you.
Yeah, but you're making a statement.
I said mine.
Melissa, Roshan, Melissa Roshan.
Oh, Papa, I'm sorry. I didn't know that I wasn't allowed to express an opinion.
No, you are allowed to express. You are allowed to express your opinion anyway. Because if you don't express your opinion, whatever confusion you are having, you will not be able to know how to deal with it. So it is through your expression of your opinion that is what will give you the someone to explain, to make you understand what your confusions are. So I 100% agree with you that you have all the rights to express your opinion, and everybody else also have their right to express their opinion, but everybody else should wait for you to finish what you are trying to express, and then if they have anything to say, they can also add to it, so we all learn from one another. You have not done anything wrong by expressing your opinion. We are all sharing ideas and learning from one another. Nobody knows it more than the other person. We are all learning. So you were saying that you wanted to know about the evangelical churches where they speak in tongues and they speak in other languages that are not known to people, right? Can you people hear me?
Yes, Papa, I that was my question, and then I was saying that my theory is one, it could be ravishment, or two, when there is a spirit that comes over our people here, particularly, like let's say those that have not been to the motherland or are disconnected from their people, it could be that maybe it's an ancestral spirit that is coming over them, and because we don't know our language, maybe our spirit is, maybe our ancestors are trying to, I don't know,
Okay. Let me try to explain it from my point of view and the things that I have learned in life. You see, the white man who brought Christianity to us, we have not seen them speaking in tongues. Not very much. I don't know whether in American white churches that people burst into speaking tongues. But here in Africa, everywhere, even one man or two people church, where there is only 2 or 3 people in the church, to hear somebody speaking in tongues. And honestly, when they speak in these tongues too, they don't understand what they are saying. And nobody in the congregation is understanding what they are saying. So it becomes kind of a fashion that when you are speaking in tongues, then you are better a Christian than another person. I tell you, it's bullshit. Because in our tradition, which is Voodoo, and maybe probably in Ifa, our ancestral tradition, when we are practicing our Voodoo, whether through drumming and incantations and all this, the Voodoos mount people. And then when the Voodoos mount people, or ancestors mount people, they try to speak through them. But when they speak a language that the people could understand. They speak in the language of the people and try to guide them and tell them what is to come, like a prophecy. And then even if things that had happened in the past, they try to clear people's misunderstanding and to let them know what had happened or what is to happen. And that is what our people do. But then in African Pentecostal churches, they are saying that because in the Bible, Jesus Christ, disciple, has spoken in tongues. But I believe very strongly, if it was true that Jesus Christ's disciples had spoken in tongues, they probably were speaking a language that somebody among them could understand and translate to others to also understand. But here, our people just start, it's like what do you call it? It's like a fashion now that people just start to say all kind of noises without any understanding. I'll give you a sample of this. I have a cousin who is a pastor, a one-man pastor, and he thought that he is a great man, and of course I accepted and respected him for that. He's older than me. There was one time, one of my siblings, my father's daughter, one of my elder sisters died, and we were going to have a family meeting to find out what happened to her before she died. We all knew she was sick, but we want to know what is the root cause of her death. And earlier, before her death, there was a misunderstanding between siblings from different mothers. Because my father married about 10 wives, and we all came from different mothers. But then we all are one father's son, so we unite as one father's children. But from time to time, our mothers will try to bring that rivalry between the children, so that you don't try to be associating with this mother's children, all kind of things. So we were at the meeting in the morning, and we all sat down waiting for the elders to come. Then immediately I picked the smell of formalin. I don't know whether you know what formalin is. Formalin is a chemical that they inject a dead body so that it does not get rotten early, so that they can keep them in the morgue for some time. So I picked the smell of formalin in the room. But the morgue is very far away from where we were meeting, maybe about 3 or 4 kilometers from where we were meeting. But I just picked the smell. So I told my senior brothers that everybody who wants to say anything about the dead person should be very truthful. No one should tell lie. Whatever the situation, the real situation is, we should all tell the truth. Because actually I was not involved. My sister is my stepmother's daughter, but then the mother was the one who brought me up. And then other sisters are also my other stepmother's children. So I was just a neutral person. So I was with them, and then finally the session began. When it began, one of my junior sisters and her mothers were one team, and the one who died, the mother had passed on already, so the sisters, the junior sisters, are also one team. Then the mother who was living was going to defend her mother who was living's daughter, my sister called Anita. She stood up and was going to tell the people at the meeting what had happened, and the fight that they were having in the house and all this. And all of a sudden she started telling lies. I did not know she was telling lies against the dead person, that the dead person did this, did that, and this is why the mother also reacted this way. And then in front of all of us, the person who was speaking just fell down. Just a hee, and then just fell down and started foaming, and the jaws locked, and the eyes just turned white. Then this my cousin who is a pastor just stood up and said, "Rabba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba." Rabba-ba-ba for what? I told him just to clear off from, I was angry. I told him to clear off from there. What is rabba-ba-ba here? My one sister is in the morgue, and another one is dying, and you are saying rabba-ba-ba. You want her to die too? So I took my account. It's always with me, it's like my credit card. I opened it and I just took the oil, touched my sister who was going into coma, touched her head, and then I just called her name, and then she woke up. It is not the question of rabba-ba-ba. Those things are just funny things. People create it. At least people that I know had always been creating it. It is not any spirit upon them. If a spirit is upon you, when you talk, your words will have power. When spirit is upon you, when you do things, the action that you take will bring reward. It is not pretense or pretending to be. That's what spirituality is all about. But that is what is in African Pentecostal Christianity. It is all lies. It's all lies. People can even be walking, be in a car, be in a trotro, we call it. Maybe Melissa Roshan will understand, trotro, or in a public meeting, and then all of a sudden they'll be preaching, and then they start talking in tongues. Spirit doesn't work like that. I'm very sorry to say. I have been in this for almost 50 years. I know what I am talking about. Thank you very much, Melissa Roshan.
Thank you very much, Papa. And I think Brother Sister who was saying she was very passionate.
No, I will hear her part. We are all learning. That's why I say we are all learning. Nobody knows it more than I'm talking from my personal experiences and the things that I have come across in life. That's why I look at this speaking in tongues like a funny joke.
Yes, I understand. And I was saying, Papa, that perhaps for the truth, it's not true for her.
Yes, that's why we will also listen to her point. We all learn from her. Because so far, I'm talking only from my experience. I'm not talking from other people's experience.
Yes. I wonder if, what are your thoughts as it pertains to being in Ghana? When you see the African pastors and bishops and so on using tongues, do you think that they're not? I mean,
they are lying because they are just telling lies. Because some of these big pastors in Africa, they come to my shrine to learn under the cover of darkness. Then there you will know that they don't have any power at all. They're just using their strong face and lies, deceitful tongues to deceive people. They don't have any power. They are looking for power. I think pastors call me every day. Even pastors are flying from Cameroon, from South Africa, from Zambia. They are in their country. They are called the most powerful pastors. But they come to me for me to teach them and even to give them power. That's why I know that this Pentecostal church is just built it on lies. It's built on lies, deceit. And sometimes I wonder, people trust them and believe that they have power. Then why are they still looking for power? It's not a question of saying that they want to learn this. They want power so that they can now do miracles, real miracles. So all that they have been doing before are not real miracles. They are just playing like how a magician on stage will play games by planting someone in the audience who will react to their magical message. That's what they do. That's what they do. They have people, they coach them. Even pastors even send people, or people came to my shrine that if our people can come and act, and they will pay them. So I don't trust the African Pentecostal Christianity. If anything, I would prefer to be a Catholic, Anglican, Methodist, Presbyterian. Yes, but then with this modern Christianity that is in Africa, it's all lie. It's based on how much you can deceive people and collect their money. I'm sorry to say so, but that's the way I have seen it. I have seen it, and that's the experience that I've been seeing, and it is true for me. I don't have any regret if I say so, because I know them. Can you speak a little bit louder? I can't hear you well.
Okay, sorry. I said in Haiti.
Yes.
Before they
before they play the music for the Nago,
Yeah.
they will say, I will share Nago.
Yes, I will share. It's just the same like I share or greeting to people as well as to the same. Oshe or thank you or something like that. So they just want to speak the language of the Nago, use the language of the Nago to greet the Nago. Just like how we, the Ewes, will use Ago to greet the Ewe Vodus and all to our ancestors, the Anago will say Ashe or Oshe or whatever in their own language. So maybe that is why it is used as greetings to the Nago Vodu before they start speaking their own languages. That at least they have to greet the Vodu in the original language from where it came from.
Thank you. I have a few questions.
No, go ahead, and then we'll listen to it, and maybe a lot of it. We are all learning, so someone may take a clue from there to ask their questions too.
Are you anyone that goes by the name of
Bosu?
Yes.
It sounds familiar, but I'm not very sure because there's Vodu, but I'm not so familiar with it. But I think it's not Bosu, it's Agosu. Or is that different? Do you have Agosu also?
We have Agasu also. But then of course this one came from the it's represented as a bull, sometimes 3 horns, sometimes 7 horns. They have Jobolo Bosu, Kaja Bosu.
Okay, Jobolo Bosu. Maybe it is coming into a little bit into Akan. You know, in Akan, the Voodoo is called Bosum. Bosum, which means Voodoo in Akan language. So when they say Kaja Bosu, which means Kaja in Ewe is monkey. It's a secret name for monkey in Ewe. When they say you are Kaja, means you are a monkey. So that means that is like a monkey bosom or something. But I'm not very sure. But I know the name sounds familiar, but I'm not very, very sure. Because we have Agosu is common. Maybe that's the one called Agasu, but here we call it Agosu. But the Bosu, the name sounds as if I know it, but I'm not very sure. Yeah. But the word Bosom is, I think Nana Kosachi is on the platform. The word Bosom, which means Voodoo, as we the Ewes may call it, but in Akan they may call it a bosom. So maybe it could come. Like people talk about the Voodoo called Nana Bruku. Nana Bruku. Yeah, Nana Bruku is very popular with a lot of people in the diaspora. And here also, recently I'm beginning to learn from someone who knows how the Nana Bruku is. But you see, the word Nana is a Akan word. It's not every word. And the word Bruku is also a Yoruba word, means very bad. Like when in Yoruba, when they tell you Omo Bruku, means you are a bad child. So I don't know how the Nana Bruku come together, Akan word and a Yoruba word coming together to form a Voodoo. That's sometimes I've been thinking about it seriously. I don't know where it comes from.
Hello, Papa.
Yeah.
It's Candy. I just want to say I can't believe that I came because that was going to be my next question about her. I know she's also going to Nana.
Yes.
Because as I said, Bokor is really like, not a very nice expression.
Right, kindly.
Or somebody with a bad hair, somebody with a bad hair.
Yes.
Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't believe you went straight into it because that was going to be my next question. When I asked her what a Babalawo was,
Mm-hmm.
who is Nelly? Because she comes to me in my dreams, she comes to me when I'm by the sea, and I just don't get what energy. I know that she's a primordial energy,
Yes.
a mother energy, I just wanted to ask you, who is she? What do I keep dreaming her? Why keep dreaming her up?
Okay, I have kind. You see the word Nana Buruku, as it is, as you know, as in Yoruba, the Buruku means a bad child or bad child with a bad head or bad destiny, or more Buruku. So when the word Nana Buruku comes to form one Vodu or a primordial energy or entity, I don't know how it came about, but it could be that someone encountered it and then it came to live with the person and then eventually gave its name or her name, that this is what is my name and this is what I do. And then it started, because as I said many times, that there are millions and millions of spirits and energies out there in the universe who are looking for people that they can relate to so that they can work with them. That's why someone may have a spirit that nobody else would know about, but then as time goes on, then maybe it spreads and people start to know it. So Nana Buruku, just recently someone started asking questions about it, and I've not really known it so much, but I've heard about its name more than 40 years ago, but I have never really gone into finding out what kind of energy it is, where it is around. And I think it's a spirit. It's also a good spirit because it's helping people who have it. And maybe when I make more research on Nana Buruku in particular, I can share that with you. But as of now, I will not be able to tell exactly. But a friend of mine spoke about it and one of my students, I think Baba Jaha, I don't know whether he has joined Clubhouse with you people. He's been my student for over 30, I think 30 plus, going to 30 something years now. And he also had an encounter with Nana Buruku. So I may ask him to connect with you through Sena, and then he can share some light on Nana Buruku, because I think he has Nana Buruku with him.
Yes, please. I honestly, I can't tell you how grateful I am. Again, I believe that's what's happened again today. I had her on the tip of my tongue, and I was thinking, Mama, could you tell me whatever you know? Because she has spoken to me, as I said, I did that to my husband's gambling, so I was out there 2 years ago with him, and I was drawn so powerfully, and he was telling me to come down. He was telling me about his childhood and the area, and they had loads of baobab trees there, baobab trees, sorry.
Okay.
And he used to play there as a child. They'd all come down by the trees. So
wow.
he got a call in. He went towards a swamp, and I've always knew that there was something about the swamp over that lagoon that is her energy. And just loads of tiny big crabs came up out of the earth's water. And just scurrying around, and I just thought, what is she telling me? But I would really appreciate if you could connect me with whatever you know.
Sure, I will let you know. I will get you in touch with Baba Jaha. He lives in Florida, and he is one of my earliest students, and he has his own shrine. He is now a councillor in the local assembly, and I'll get in touch with him, and then we'll see how he gets in touch with you, and then he can shed light on it. And of course, the people here in Ghana who are also talking about Nana Buruku with me, I'll get to them also and find more information and then let you know. Thank you very much.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kendi. You're welcome. Is anybody on Clubhouse again? Please come with your questions so I can go on to Facebook.
Yes, I can talk to you all day. Respectful. Can you tell me what you know about the Vodu people and Ewe Vodu that come from?
Okay, Westerner, right?
Yes, sir. Because that's one of the groups I know that was brought to Haiti.
Okay.
I heard the word in the song.
Yeah, you know, the mirror that I use here for divination is called Kotokoli Donko. My magic mirror's name is Kotokoli Donko, or sometimes they call it Abochi. The Kotokoli tribe are a tribe in the northern part of Togo. And they are very spiritual people. They are an ethnic group in northern Togo. The Kotokoli and the Chambas are cousins. I think a lot of you in the diaspora have heard about the Mama Chamba or Nana Chamba or Chamba. The Chamba people are cousins. They speak almost the same language, just like the Ewes and the Fons speak Ewe and Fon language. The same way the Kotokoli and the Chambas also speak almost the same. I had actually lived with the Kotokoli and the Chambas from my childhood when I was growing up, so they are more like a family to me, and they are very spiritual people, but unfortunately most of them are Muslims today. But if you go to the Kotokoli land, which is in Sokode in Togo, and from that area going, you will be able to experience their real spirituality. They are devoid of Islam, and they are very good seers. They are very, very good in seeing, and their perfection in seeing is very great. And I had friends and also I would say family members who are Kotokolis and Chambas. So I know them very well. And, I mean, that's all I can say. But it is very true because the Chambas, the Kotokolis are closer to the Ewes. We don't speak the same language, but we are both very spiritual people. So if during the infamous slave trade, and the Kotokolis were also taken into slavery or into the Haiti, then you will know that some of the, some of the Vodus that you may have today may be mixture of Ewe and Kotokoli Vodus together, or some of the teachings will conflict or mix up, and people may not know which word is which word, because it becomes a word that you people are using there, because the roots you may not know where it comes from. But if Kotokolis are in Haiti, then it is not surprising. The Ewes and the Kotokolis are very good in photo work.
Yes, because there are some people.
Okay, yeah, because the Kotokolis are very good diviners.
Yeah, in the song where I heard the word, they were referring to the particular spirit, and they said he is a man of the mirror.
Okay.
So it's very
Mm-hmm. Okay, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Okay, so let me move from Clubhouse. Let me go on to Facebook now. We have Ajay Yamwa Elvis. So if somebody steals, okay, we had read that one already, is it not? Or is it a new question? Huh?
He sent it again.
Okay, if somebody steals your thing, what direction will help so that you identify the culprit? So Ajay Elvis, I think the best is to do a reading and see what kind of rituals to do to be able to identify or catch the culprit if you want. Yeah. I think these things came before. We are reading the things again. What are you people reading that thing now? Yeah. Go to Van Perry. No. So what were you doing? Yeah. Okay. Then the last person was Vivian Baka. And then you are still going. If we don't like all the things we read, that's why it won't show that they had been read already. Okay, we have Van Perry. Hello, Papa. What does it mean when you are dreaming and you are not allowed to see the faces of the other people in the dream. Even forcefully prevented from seeing the faces of other people in the dream. Are there other people who do not want their faces seen witches, or is this something else? This has happened many different times. Oh, I don't think that Vampiri, anyway, thank you very much for the question. I don't think it's they are witches, that's why they didn't want you to see their faces. You know, when we are dreaming, we are not totally in control of our dreams. Of course, conscious people who are very much awakened and very conscious may be in control of their dreams to some extent, but not totally in control of everything that comes in our dream. So they may necessarily not be witches, but they could be people who did not want you to see them. They could be your ancestors, they could be anybody, they could be energies, they could be vodus, and they just didn't want you to see their faces. Probably by seeing their faces, you may be frightened, or you may be able to identify what they are and who they are, and that's probably the reason. And also it could be anything. I am not very sure, but when you don't see the faces of most of the time they are spirits that didn't want to frighten you or didn't want you to see them, because sometimes the faces of spirits are not they don't take the same image like human beings all the time. Some spirits, when they are in their real image, it will scare you, a human being, off. But then sometimes they can assume to be human in order to cool down your perception in such a way that you don't get frightened when you are dealing with them. But if a spirit is not showing itself, that means it did not want you to see its face. And that may not be anything negative. Did the guy come? That guy, no, Said, the guy who I said was calling, did he come? Okay, go ahead. Move this in. Let's go on. Thank you very much, Vampiri, for the question. And then we have Alexander Ampong Senior watching you from Sechi, Bekwai. Thank you. Hello, Alex. How are you? Thanks a lot. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. Hope everybody is fine. Then we have Christopher Anani saying, hello, Daddy. Hello, Chris. How are you? Thank you very much for joining us. And then we have Alexander Ampom Senior. Papa, I had a dream, and in the dream, a fetish priest woman brought something from her mouth and put it in my mouth, saying she is giving me some of the powers she has. Please, what does it mean? Okay, Alex, this could mean anything. What it could also mean is that maybe your dreams, or you are thinking about acquiring power, and so much that your subconscious mind is now beginning to play games on you by bringing images of your desire to you. So a fetish priestess giving you power, usually that is how power is transferred. If someone will give you power, the person has to give you a seed. And that seed must be empowered with his voice and language. And then that will be given to you to swallow. And then power will be transferred into you. And then also we have heard stories where elders or our elderly fathers, when they are about to die, they will kind of vomit some voodoo that they had swallowed, or certain things that they have swallowed, and give it to their favorite child or favorite student to swallow, so that they could also continue with the powers that they had. And I think that exactly the story in the Bible when Isaac and Jacob, is it Isaac and Jacob? Yes, I think it was Isaac and Jacob. Or is it? Yeah, it should be Isaac and Jacob. When their father was dying, was it Isaac who gave birth to Jacob? Esau. Esau was their father?
No, Jacob. Jacob was their father. Jacob was the father.
Esau and others, the hunter and
No. The Jacob was the one who stole his brother's blessing. From who?
Esau.
From Esau. So Jacob and Esau, right? And their father was Isaac. And Isaac was old. Isaac was old, and they say he became blind. But he liked to drink meat soup. He liked game, meat in the bush. So he asked his son, who were twins, Jacob's twin brother, to go and hunt some game and come and cook for him. But because their mother loved the other twin brother, which is Jacob, he told the mother told the son to quickly kill a domestic animal and prepare a soup for their dad, and he should use the fur of the animal and wear, because the other brother was very hairy, so that when he goes to the father. But you see, these are children's stories, in the sense that even a blind man, his nose can smell and can tell that this is not my son's human hair. But they put these stories there for us to just to make us laugh. When you are not grown, you will just accept it and follow it. So what did Isaac did? He said he blessed Jacob, and Jacob got all the blessings. So when the brother came back from the bush, there was no more blessing. I think blessing is not something that is a property you hand over. You can always put your hand on people and bless them again. If you bless one, another person comes. When we go to the church or we go to church, they are blessing hundreds of people. If the pastor is tired, he asks other small pastor to continue blessing people in his name. So how come? I want everybody to listen to this very well. How come that when Isaac blessed Jacob, and his brother came back from the bush and they said, oh, your brother has already stolen your blessing? This will come in the question that Mr. Ampong Senior is asking. The father Isaac had to vomit something and give to the one that was available, so that he could swallow, so that that power of wealth, blessings, God's blessings upon that child will continue. So, and once he has vomited that one and has already given it to one child, there's no way he could vomit another one and give to the second child. So the blessing has been stolen. It is not just by laying of hands on people that had been stolen, but what the grandfather or their father, the old man, vomited and gave it to the son. It wasn't a wrong son, but that is the destiny of the hunter and the one who stay home. They are destiny. So definitely that is what I'm called. So when people are handing over power, they need to use something from their mouth, either words, and give to you to swallow, or on a seed to give it to you to swallow. That is how we transfer power. Nobody transfer power by just telling that I've given you power, I've blessed you, go and you will be okay. No. That is a children's game. Nobody does that. By me just say I bless you, your life will be okay, it's not complete. I must give you something that will change your destiny. And that is what blessing is all about. It is not from mouth. That one is just a comedy. So maybe what the dream you have is because of your desire to acquire power. Your subconscious mind is showing you this thing. And I will advise that you go to proper priests and then, or priestesses, so that they can transfer power to you, and it will be well with you. Thank you very much, Alexander Ampong Senior. Thank you very much. And then I have my big brother, for Martin Kobler. Good day, my brother. Good to see you, looking great. The idea of Clubhouse is brilliant. Can you try to summarize questions from there before answering, as it is difficult to hear their questions clearly? How do people join Clubhouse? Okay, for Martin, you see, the Clubhouse is a group, and when they are talking from the Clubhouse, I only put the microphone that I am using here so that when they are talking, it can also come into the microphone. So what I will ask the people in the Clubhouse to do is to be able to speak louder so that those of you who are on Facebook and on YouTube can also hear them. But I don't think there's anything I can do here to change the Clubhouse the voice, unless we kind of magnify the sound with what do you call it? But they are speaking into the microphone.
We've increased the volume so they can hear.
Okay, so now they have increased the volume of the Clubhouse, so I think that's what we'll do. But maybe next time we will have the audio, what do you call it, Bluetooth speaker, so that when we mount that Bluetooth, we can even try now, when we mount that Bluetooth speaker, when the people speak from the Clubhouse, then everybody can hear it loud, then it can come to you. Okay, and how can you join the Clubhouse? For Martin, they are giving the link on the screen so that you'll be able to join the Clubhouse and be able to become a member. You can still be watching the YouTube and the Facebook while we all listen to the Clubhouse. You can also speak on the Clubhouse when you join. So Senna for Martin Kobler in UK will be joining the Clubhouse, so please welcome him when he joins. That's your big uncle. Yes. Okay. So the next question will be. What do you call it? Somebody was replying to Van Perry. Hello, Papa. What does it mean? Okay. Can Blading Hood? Van Perry, it's better you visit him. Okay, okay. That's what Van is saying. You should visit us. Yeah, okay. That's also a beautiful thing. So the link to the Clubhouse is there. So everybody who wants to join the Clubhouse can now join it. And since these pastors participate in deceit, is it not advisable not to encourage them with our traditional powers? They will only abuse it by using it to deceive people and collect money from the needy to enrich themselves. Yes, I agree with you very much for Martin that we are. But then there are also some pastors who are looking for the truth, but they don't know how to get to the truth. So they started with deceit. But when they come to meet you and they see what you are doing is real, and they have experienced it themselves, they realize that their lives will be better if they stop deceiving people. Because at the end of the day, if I pass the power on to you and you use it for deceit, it is your own karma. It's you who is going to pay for it, not me. Yeah, so we have only one person on YouTube today. Are you people on YouTube?
Yes.
We have only one person. That's Tommy Jimpesan is the only one who came to YouTube today.
Yes, I think all the people are joining Clubhouse.
A lot of people are joining the Clubhouse. It makes it easier. Their voices can be heard directly. So, okay. So when okay, I will not. Okay, so now I'm now talking on Clubhouse. So please, any of you who wants to speak, you let me know. When you call your name, I will mute my mic. Then your voice can come so that we can make it louder for people on Facebook and YouTube also to listen. So anybody on Clubhouse that wants to now ask any question or say anything, please come on.
Hi, this is Westner, and if no one else has a question, I'll go. Last week we were in a room and I was talking to Senna, and he mentioned that he was born after twins. And the person that's born after twins, you guys call them Do.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering what does the word Do mean? Because in Haiti, the person that's born after the twins, they call them Dosu. So I just was curious.
Yes, the Do and Dosu are the same. There are 4 people calling Dosu, while we, the Ewes, we call Do. A child born after twins is either called Dosu or Do. And whether it's a man or woman, usually it is the man is called a Do, and then the woman is called Dosu. But somehow, in some part of the Ewe land too, the man is also called Dosu, and the woman is also called Dosu. It's a child that comes after twins are born. So it's the same. The 4 way is the Dosu, and then the Ewe way is Do, or we, the central Ewes, we say Do. But when you go towards the south, Do and Dosu are the same. So Western is the same.
Do you know what it means?
Okay. Let me speak with them.
The one that comes up between your father. So I'm saying the one that comes up.
Okay, Westner, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. A Do or Do or Dosu, as in Ewe, when a woman gives birth to a twin, it is assumed that there is a hole that she needs to fill. There is a pit that needs to be filled, because twins are in Ewe culture are divine beings. So there is a space that needed to be filled, whereby they need an aid, an assistant, someone who can be helping or become an errand person for the twins. So when twins are born, it is obligatory. It's an obligation for the mother of that twin to have another child. So there must be 3 who will work together. The twins being divine, then their assistant, someone who will be there like an errand boy or an errand girl that they can send to do their work. That is the meaning of the Do. A gap needs to be filled. The gap is the Do. So when that child is born, then the mother has fulfilled her divine duties according to Ewe culture. That is why if you have a child or you have twins, you must have a Do or the 3rd child to fill the gap. So that is why the Do's are born. And this, in the case of Senna, the mother had the twins, and then Senna was the Do, and then Senna's junior brother Pele became the Do chair. Means the one that followed the Do became a chair in Ewe, means younger Do. It's also Do, but it's a younger Do, so they call it a Do chair in our language, in Ewe language. So a mother who has twins is compelled to have another child to fill the gap for the twins. So that's why the word Do. A Do means pit or gap, space.
Okay, thank you, because they also call them, because just like in your culture, it's the same in Haiti, the twins are looked at as divine, and we also have Vodu that are twins, and they're called Magasa, Dosu, Dosa. They are twins, but there's also 3 of them.
Okay.
Which is very interesting, based on what you just said. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the question. No, the Ewe people are very deeply into spirituality. So that's why I always say that Voodoo is not a religion, but it's a way of life. of the Ewe and the four people. It is just our way, and someone may not understand why should a mother, after giving birth to twins, must have another child again. But for us, it is the way. There is no way the mother can ever say no, and if she did not have another child, then she will be looked upon like something is lacking in her life and lacking in her children's life as well.
Hi, Papa. Good morning. I have a question. This is Kojo. So,
Kojo, go ahead.
Sharing more, yes. Sharing about the Ewe culture and seeing even the connection between Haiti, Benin, and stuff. And growing up in Ghana, you know, I know because the Ewes are so deeply connected to the African spirituality, they're usually stigmatized because of how Ghana has been Christianized and, you know, Islamized. And I wanted to ask, is there something particular about the Ewes, be it spiritually or historically, that makes them this way? Because it's so fascinating to me that you go to Ghana, and I know, I'm sure different cultures still have their African spirituality intact by into small groups, but the Ewes are people who wear it on their chest, you know, proudly, and they still practice it to the point where, like I'm saying, people in Ghana even scared of them. People don't even want to marry to other families and all of that. So, is there something, be it spiritually or historically, that makes the Ewes this way?
Yeah, Kojo, thank you very much for the question. You see, as I said earlier, for the Ewe, traditional practices is not a religion. It's our way of life. So whether you kind of hate us and or try to ostracize us from the society because we believe in our ancestors or our way of thinking, that will not stop us from being what we are, because it's a way of life for the Ewes. We were brought up from childhood, whether we were born in a Christian home or not, that there are certain things that are taboo. And then also letting you know that your ancestors are always there with you. It is only the die-hard Ewes who probably had been grew up in the cities, and their fathers also grew up in the cities before the children are born, that are kind of trying to cut themselves from the roots so that they may look like all other people to fit in. But when you go to Ewe land, whether the churches and everything, the chapels and everything were built on our ancestral lands. It were our ancestors who were the traditional priests and priestesses, landowners, that gave the land to the church to be built, because they believe that the church also is a place to talk about God, because that's how the people who brought Christianity to us told us that they were talking about God. When our ancestors believe in God and believe in nature, believe in the divine, they willingly gave space to to the churches to be built with no bad feeling at all. It was until when they realized the church was trying to push them out that we became aware that these people came with tricks and deceit. Because if you come to my house and I give you space to stay and then let us all be friends, and you want to push me out of my house, then you are a thief, you are a liar, you deceived me. But because voodoo or spirituality or bobo or these things are bobo, as the central Ewes may call it, or voodoo as the southern Ewes and the four people call it, it's a way of life. It's not a religion. Spirituality is a way of life. So you cannot say that this is the only person, you must do it this way, you must follow this thing. If you don't go follow this man, you can never see God. Everybody will see God if only your heart is clean and you go. So the Ewes have that inborn pride of having a relationship with nature. So it does not matter where they are born or where they are. They have those things in their DNA. So whether people try to cut us and even sometimes they laugh at you, so if don't marry every man because they are juju people, or they get juju, so don't marry them. You know, in our country, Ghana, we have 3 axes that are spiritual. The Ewes on the east coast, the Nzima on the west coast, and the Northness at the north. These 3 axes in Ghana are all spiritual, and that's what is keeping Ghana alive. Most people may not agree, but that's the truth. It is not the churches. The churches are all lie. It is just a way. I mean, it is pure lie. Let me say so. It has always been like that. There is no God there. It has always been lies from the very beginning. It has always been lies, but then they are so cunning in such a way that they will always make you to believe that there is a place that when you die from here, you'll be going there and you will enjoy. And then with your mind believing in God, you will believe and you will be sure that you will go to some place. So they tell you, don't worry about here. You just leave this place to us. We will handle here, but we'll prepare you to go there. Why they don't want to go there? Why do they want to live good life here? You're welcome, Koye.
Hello?
Yeah, I mean, in camp, please. I'm in session.
Hello? Does the word kwa mean anything?
Please go ahead. I want to hear what you're saying. I want to hear what you're saying, please.
No, I said the word kwa mean anything in KWA, kwa, like kwa.
Kwa? KWA? KW. This is not one of you, is it? KWA, kwa?
Did you hear me?
Yes, we are trying to hear you because a call came through and. What happened? They need
hold on. Kwa. The word kwa.
The word kwa.
Retinue of. The follower of. Akwa is very different from kwa. Kwa is, that's why you have things like kwa amen. The followers of amen. Kwa ya. That's in kwa ya. Kwa Job. The followers of Job. You understand? So kwa is a completely different word. There actually is a group of people who are called the Kwasi, who are thought to have migrated up to this point. So kwa, that's what it is.
Okay, thank you very much.
And that's in the Ewe language, Echo? No, that is a can. Oh, a can. Okay. So I don't know if it's an Ewe equivalent. I also think it's applicable in Ewe, but I know this is what I do when I can.
Yes, in Ewe we don't have any that way. In Ewe we don't have any that I cannot remember any direct name of Kwa in Ewe. But you know, because the people who were taken into slavery are coming from different backgrounds, so definitely Akans were also part of Haiti. So definitely there will be some words like that, but they may not directly be coming from Ewe words.
No, thank you. I really appreciate it. That's why I'm always asking language questions, because you never know who's going to answer. Thank you. Thank you for the clarification.
Thank you, everybody.
Hello, my name is Samuel. I'm calling from Washington, D.C., and I wanted to know what is the relation between the Ewe and Form people.
Okay, Samuel, the Ewe and the Form are said to be cousins because our languages our culture, our way of living, and even our traditional spirituality is just the same. The Ewe and the Four, and the words, the Ewes and the Fours use very similar words, or almost the same words, only that the Four people speak more from use nasal voice to call words, like the word Vodu. The Ewes and the Four people are very close people. They are the same people, actually, I would say. We call the Four Akbala. We call them Four people. We call them Akbalahwe. Just like the Ewes call the Yoruba Anago. So we call the Four people in our Ewe language Akbalahwe. And the Ewes and Akbalahwes are like just the same people. Only the Akbalahwe people, which we call the Four people, they speak like the word Vodu. They will say Vodu because there will be a nasal pronunciation of the word Vodu as Vodu. And we say Ewu, which is blood. They will say Ewu. It's the same word, but then they pronounce things with nasal accent, and that is why that's the only difference. But then everything, the Ewe and the Four, is just the same, and the same people. But the Ewe language has so many dialects, so that is their dialect, and that's how they speak it. But then we understand each other. We know that, oh, this one is Akbalahwe, and this one is from Amaro. This is from Bedouin. This is from here. We can tell which part of the Ewe dialect is being spoken. So there's not really any difference between them, because when they say Dahomey, as it is Benin was known before, Dahomey. Aho, which we will say Ape, the Akbalahwe will say Aho. So Dahomey means the home of snake. Da, like in Voodoo, da, snake. Home, the house of. But then in our dialect we say Dahomey. We will not say Dahomey. We will say Dahomey. But it's the same. But we know that's their dialect. So the Ewes and the Four are the same people.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Anybody can come? Anyone there? Please come. Okay, we go to YouTube. We have a Nuku Ameibo here. He say yes, Papa. Yes, we are here, Papa. Okay, so that those people on YouTube say they are also here. Then we also have one guy, Michelle Meja, was hidden by African. Okay, maybe he made some bad comments. So there are so many people there who don't know why they are here. So they make bad comments. So they hid his comment. And then we have Nuku Amebo, say Papa. Then we have Adeline Nintridem. Where is the Clubhouse link? Okay, please type the Clubhouse link on YouTube also, so people can also link Okay, it has been typed there already. So I think we don't have many people on. We don't have many people on Facebook now because everybody is joining the Clubhouse. It's good. It's interesting that everybody is joining the Clubhouse so that their voices can be heard directly, not only typing. They can also speak and then we can hear us directly. That's very good. So now we are back to Clubhouse. Anybody in Clubhouse? Have I answered the last question of? Okay, we have our sister on Facebook, Kadi Fisher. Good day, Papa. Hello, Kadi. How are you? Thank you very much. I want you to join the Clubhouse so that you can discuss also. Join everybody to Kadi, Angie, Torofe, and all the people should join Clubhouse because the Clubhouse is like a 24-hour questions and discussions just going on from different people, and it's very interesting. So all of you should join the Clubhouse as well. And when we are on Facebook, like this day, you can all contribute live through the Clubhouse. And then we have my brother again, Martin Kobler, saying, my big brother, Martin Kobler, saying sound from the Clubhouse is now not very clear. Okay, we have amplified the sound so that you can hear. Because you made a complaint, otherwise we wouldn't know that the people on Facebook wasn't hearing the Clubhouse very well. But I'm happy that you made that complaint, and then the technical team took it up, and now you can hear the Clubhouse very clearly. That's for Martin Kobler. And then just to comment on the current climate crisis, when I was growing up, our traditional practice encouraged sacred forests that no one was allowed to enter except for spiritual leaders. Yes, that's very true for Martin. Yes, that's very true. Then that way, our forests and environment were preserved, and nature was not abused, and no crisis like we have now. Do we still have such forests? Unfortunately, we don't have many of such forests anymore. I remember very well, I knew you also know, we came from the same village, and when the river died, the biggest river in our village, people are not allowed to go there on Friday because they say that's the day of the spirit of the river, to be free or to rest. So nobody goes to the river on Fridays to fetch water or do any washing. But for over 30, 40 years now, those things have been abused, and the river is shrinking and shrinking and become a very little or very small river. There are not many of such forests anymore because of Christianity. But Christians look at everything that is in your culture as evil, and they will tell you that is superstition and this and that, because they don't care whether your river dies away or not. They will go back home. You know, the white man will go back to his country. He only comes to take, and when he takes, he doesn't care whether you go hungry later. They are not interested. So this is the problem. I wish and hope that some parts of the world or Africa may have those sacred forests, but maybe in Nigeria they may have, because they are very strong and powerful people, and they love their culture, and probably they have preserved something. But here in Ghana, even what is that forest that they are going to dig the gold, the Chinese? Etiwa forest that has been preserved from many governments over the years. Now our current governments, not only the government in power, even the past governments, they had already given permission to people to go and dig gold and bauxite and all this in that forest, which is going to be destroyed. There were calls by the citizens that they don't want the place to be used for mining and all this thing, but the government is the governments are more powerful than anybody, so they gave it out, and the Chinese are going to be digging there, and that sacred forest also is going to be destroyed. So that's the sad story for Martin. But then, what can we do? Let's do the best we can do in our small corners. Try to educate ourselves and educate our children so that their minds will open to love our mother Africa. So let's go on Clubhouse. People come, please.
Papa, I wanted to ask, can you please tell us about the spirit Ade?
Could
you tell me what were some of the things that that spirit does?
Okay, Shamba, thank you very much. You see, in Ewe Vodu, just like in Yoruba, they have the spirit called Ochosi. The Ochosi, which is the hunter or the supreme hunter or the divine hunter, is the same that we call Tobe Ade or Tobe Adela. The Adela means a hunter in Ewe, and I think in 4 is the same hunter, person who goes to the forest and kill animals and bring back home. And Adela or Tobe Ade, it is the 3 Ade, Egu, and Tobe Zipi, which is the ancestral stool. The 3 of them move together all the time. Egu is in front, then Ade follows. Then Tobe Zipi, being the royal, is or the royal stool or the ancestral stool, is behind. How does this 3 work? Egu represent the iron or metal, and it's Egu that made the gun, the knife, the cutlass, the spear, is the one that built it. And then the Adela or the hunter, the spirit, took that spear, gun, cutlass, machete, and whatever, the arrow, and went into the forest and was able to hunt an animal. And then when they hunt the animal, they bring it home to the Tobe Zipi or the ancestral stool. So these 3 always work together. In today's world, Tobe Ade in general can do anything, but it is a spirit of the traveler. It is embodied in the spirit of the traveler, the divine traveler, a person who moves from his domain or his locality, his community, into another community to look for good things and bring back to their community. So in today's world, even if you are working with your pen has become your gun. If you are you are a singer and you use a microphone to sing, your microphone becomes your gun, because it is through that you are going to be able to make resources that you can bring back to your home. If you are a mason, your tool in your hand is if you are a carpenter, you are a plumber, whatever you are, whatever you use to make bring money or bring food back to your table and bring food back to your home is that is your gun. And the Tobe Ade will be upon all this things. I was telling Senna the other day that the time I was running my photo laboratory, I was into photography a long time ago. The Senna, they were very young. Senna was about two years or 1.5 years, going to 2 years. And I had a photo business. I was into photography. I had my own studio and my laboratory, and I was running a photo lab. And what I did is that I had my Ade in my father's shrine, in my ancestral shrine, and I had my own Ade. So what I put there is my photography equipment, is what I gave to the Ade, to tell the Ade that this is what I am doing. So it is through this you should help me to be able to make my living. So Ade is a spirit that can be used even in modern day. You don't need to carry a gun and go into the bush and shoot an animal down or a game or whatever. But whatever tools that you use in doing your work, that is what you will let the Ade know and to bless it for you. And whenever you make anything out of that, you come back to the Ade and thank the Ade for helping and guiding you. So now that I have set up my Adepo, no more in my village, but now in my own shrine, and the work I'm doing now is a traditional work. So that is what I will let the Togbe Ade know, and then I will be saying thank you to the Ade if it makes things happen the way I want. But I have had Ade all the time. It has always been with me even before I travel out of my village to the world, and it has guided me and brought me back, and this is what I am today after traveling many years. So they also represent the divine traveler, not only a hunter, but because the hunter moves from their locality and goes into the bush or into the forest, and sometimes for 2-3 months, 4 months, 5 months, sometimes even for a year before coming back home. So in our today's world, whatever you are doing, the spirit of Ade or Togbe Adeba can always be part of your journey. Shamba.
Yes, thank you, Papa. I will see you soon.
Okay, Shamba, I am here, no problem. So we are just moving up little by little. So I'll be expecting you, and it's a very interesting spirit, and there is very interesting spirit. And some people, when it possesses people, it is a very crazy thing. It's one of the most powerful spirits in the Ewe land, Togbe Ade. It embodies money and everything, because it's a wealth. It brings wealth home. That's what it is for, to bring wealth. Because when you travel into the forest or into the bush, you come back home with food. And my great grandfather was a hunter, and that's why in my village we own the biggest lands or the largest land today, because all his hunting field in the past became his land.
So Papa, would that spirit be associated with the Batakari as well?
Yes, because the Batak. Yes, because the Batakari is like a spirit of a hunter. That's why all warriors are known as hunters in our culture. Because if you are not a warrior, you are not a hunter, you cannot be a warrior. So the Batakari is a part of the whole thing. And you know, Togbe Tuji, my great teacher, was a hunter too. It was on one of the hunting expeditions that he lost one of his eyes, and he told me that it was a squirrel that he saw, and he wanted to shoot the squirrel. But earlier, before he went into the bush, there was a lady who was in the house, I think the uncle's wife, and was telling him, "Don't shoot me." And he was saying, "I'm going to the bush, how am I going to shoot you? I did not put the gun on you, and how am I going to shoot you?" So when he aimed the squirrel and he shot, the safety cap on this thing broke and then hit his eye, and that's how he lost one of his eyes. So when you are not a warrior, you cannot. When you are not a hunter, you cannot be a warrior, and all warriors are regarded as hunters in our culture.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Shamba. And is there anybody there on the Clubhouse? Please bring your questions, because we don't have so many questions on Facebook today. But then we have Baba Edward Craig saying, "Ella Chelo Toby." Thank you very much, Baba. Thank you. And you know, most of you who don't know, Baba Craig is in Puerto Rico, but Baba Craig also share a lot of Ewe roots through Haiti. So you may see him like a fair-skinned white man, but Baba Craig has a lot of Ewe roots through his great-grandfathers from Haiti. Thank you, everybody. And then we have our sister Oluchi also, okay? Peace and love, Papa. Thank you very much, Oluchi. Peace and love to you too. My regards to all the people in TNT. Thank you very much.
Hi, Baba. I had a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So my question is that I moved to a new house, and my back door is a lot of traffic with people walking back and forth. Is there anything that I can do to anchor that area into with a good spirit, or are there any plants that I can use? I have some in my garden that I've asked to help guide that part of that area. Is there anything else that I can do?
You mean that people walk through your... Do you mean that people are walking through your back door?
So I go in and out of the back door. My husband is disabled, so it's easier for him to get out to the back door. But because it's a townhouse complex, so it's stacked townhouses, people who live upstairs, they have to walk around my back gate. So there's a doorway there, and there's a lot of energy there that's passing by, and I just want to secure it.
So what do you want to do? Because when you put any spirit there, you can put a spirit to protect you and your family. That's fine. But then what about other people? Because I think they also have the right to use that access or that doorway to do their individual things. So when you put a spirit there, are you going to put the spirit there just to protect you and your family, or I'm not very sure? That's why I'm asking the question, because there are so many things that people can do. We can also help you, send you things to put at the doorway and all this thing. But since other people are using that doorway, is it privately your own, or it's for everybody?
So the house is ours. So I have my back. So through my back door, I have a gate. And then my gate leads to a pathway that is high traffic for people to go into the building. So I just want to protect my family within my gate.
Okay. There are no herbs that I can tell you that you should just take this. There are no herbs that I can just tell you that take this herb and take that herb and you can protect. But we can prepare a talisman or amulet for you, which you can either hang it on your side of the doorway that leads to your apartment, and then it will protect you and your family from any negative energies entering that way. We can prepare that, but if I say that there is a particular herb that you can just hang there and things will be okay, I may not be telling you all the truth. But then, because herbs, one single herb can do things, but when there are more herbs come together, it is more effective than just a single herb. So I will advise that you should check with me on WhatsApp and all the things, and then I can tell you what to do, and maybe go into details and probably prepare something that I can send to you that you can hang on your doorway.
Okay, thank you so much for that.
You are welcome. Anybody on Clubhouse? A lot of people are now joining the Clubhouse, which is very interesting. I think our brother Abayomi is also joining us from Lagos. Yes, West.
Do the Ewe have a voodoo similar to the form, like dot, or have a serpent or snake voodoo as well?
Yes, we are. Every voodoo that you see in form is the same voodoo in Ewe land. That's why I'm saying voodoo da. It's they may call voodoo da with the accent of the nasal accent da, but we will say voodoo da without the nasal accent. So the Ewes have all the Ewes and the Falls, the voodoos are the same. It's only the pronunciation that changes because of the dialect and the nasal accent that they use. but then it's the same. There's no difference of the form because we have a Ewe, then they have Ewe. We have a Vodu, and they have the we have all the same. There's no difference because Vodu is not like the form Vodu is different from the Ewe Vodu. It's the same. The only thing that people didn't know first that the Ewe land also has Vodu is because a lot of people practice Vodu privately because of the strength of Christianity and Islam. So people in Ghana, in Togo, Togo is even better. In Ewe land in Ghana, a lot of people keep it to themselves and it's only practiced within a small circles. And of course, people who go to church also go to shrines as they wish, but everybody keep it secret because no one wants to be ostracized in society by saying that you are still following the olden things. It's a new, like modernity is here, and you are still going the old way. But they don't know that the new way is a deceit. So people want to deceive one another, so they encourage you to go through the new way because to make it easier for others to cheat and deceive you.
Thank you. We also have a word that they use in Haitian Voodoo. They'll say Ayi Bobo or they'll say Abo. Does that mean anything in the Ewe language?
You see, the Ayi Bobo, as you people say, you see, we do Bobo at our distance. When I was doing the incantation of the Togbe Chopata, you hear that when we get to a point, we say, oh, that is the Bobo Bobo that you people are using in Ayi Bobo. That's how we don't just say Bobo Bobo. We use our hand to touch our mouth to make that sound. That is an every way of kind of when something great is happening. It's like salutation to the spirit world and also salutation to people. When something great is happening, you like that is the Ayi Bobo you people are saying with your mouth.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we are on YouTube here. We have Adeline meeting them. Where is the Clubhouse link? Okay, I think they have given her. And then we have Edward Tete Amakwashi. Can people draw or steal your life force or energy or destiny? If so, what can be done to protect it? No one can draw or steal your destiny. All that people can do is that they can divert your attention from your destiny and be able to move and control you. Your destiny came into this world with you, and no other person will steal your destiny. However, yes, I can hear you, but then I'm just reading something. So hold on, let me finish reading, and then you can come in. And we have Edward Tete Amakwashi asking the question: can people draw or steal your life force or energy or destiny? And if so, what can be done to protect it? And my answer is that no one can steal your destiny, no one can steal your life force, and no one can steal your energy. However, people can mislead you and give you a bad guidance so that you will not be able to strengthen your destiny or your life force, your energy. Then it will make it easier for them to take advantage of you. But no one can steal your destiny or steal your life force. But people can tell you, oh, stop going, don't go to traditional spirituality, go to church, which is very common. And most of the people who say so are the witches and bad people who are finding ways to make you lose, finding ways to kind of make you weak in order for them to control you. Because when you don't know how to strengthen your destiny, it is easier for people to be able to take advantage of you. Though they cannot steal your destiny, but they can take advantage of you. Okay, now Clubhouse, and the person wanted to speak, please go ahead.
Papa, with me, we just went too quiet, so I was just wondering whether it was still on. That's all.
Okay, big brother call. No, we are on. We are on, but then I was reading something on YouTube. And yeah, so let people, Abayomi, you are welcome. So you can go ahead, and if you want to say anything, and if you have any question to ask Abayomi Balogun, please, my brother, go ahead.
Hello, Papa. Good afternoon. This is Kiki. I wanted to ask you regarding, because I've been around the house and I see a lot of people do this. I wanted to ask you what were some of the implications when people do reading and they don't follow up?
Okay, Kiki, thank you very much for that question. Yeah, a lot of time, the problem is with the diaspora is that people think that you just do reading and that is it. And just by doing reading, your problems are solved. Recently, there was a lady who came here. She's an American, and she came here to do a reading. And in that reading at about 2-3 months ago, and I told her that she is going to lose a lover. And so she should do all the efforts to protect herself and what we have seen from coming to be fulfilled. So there are rituals to do so that this thing that we have seen will not happen. But I think in America, once you do a reading, you think that by just listening to the reading, the problem is solved. No. When you do a reading and you don't follow up with rituals, no problem is solved. It will even increases your problem. So we were here 3-4 days ago when the same lady came in and told us that she's losing her lover, and that I had told her before, but she didn't take it serious, and now she's in the midst of losing the boyfriend, and she wanted to know if the boyfriend is having another woman. And the oracle confirmed that yes, there is another woman that is trying to be her rival, and the boy is trying to do that. So there is no two ways about it. The truth has come to be fulfilled. So when you do a reading and you don't follow up, don't expect that what they told you in the reading is fulfilled. It cannot be fulfilled until you do the rituals that accompany, or vosa that accompanies the reading. Don't expect that things will change us by doing a reading. I would advise people that if you're not ready to do a ritual to change what you saw or was seen for you in a reading, you should not even attempt to do a reading, because it will increase the challenges that you were having before doing the reading. Thank you very much, Kiki.
What is the purpose of the bell? We use it as well. What do you use it for?
Said, this one is still down. I don't know what's causing it. Every time it's going off. What is causing it? We have to find a permanent way of doing it so that people can hear, because I don't know why it has to go off. Please hold on. We are going to. I'm trying to activate the speaker so that we can all hear. Just a moment. What is causing it that is going on?
It's likely the call that came through.
So when call comes, it has to go off. The Bluetooth has to go off.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like
We are coming on, we are having a challenge with the Bluetooth connecting to the speaker because people on Facebook and YouTube said they cannot hear. We are okay now. We are okay now. Yes.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Okay, go on.
Yes, what I'm saying is that we had because people on Facebook and YouTube say they cannot hear when you people on Clubhouse speak, they cannot hear you. So we put the Bluetooth to get to the speaker so that whenever you also speak, they could hear you. So that's what we were doing. But calls kept coming in, and each time a call comes in, the Bluetooth turns itself off. We have to start it all over again. Maybe we will find a way to make it permanent in the next future. So, anybody want to say anything?
Yes, my question was, what do you use the bell for? What's its purpose or meaning that you ring the bell at your shrine?
Okay, the bell is to summon spirits, to let the spirit know that you are calling them. Just like how the church has a bell and you ring the bell, and I don't know whether in your country they have bells at the church, ring bells. Bells go with spirits. Even when you go to Buddhist shrines, they ring bells. When you go to Hindu shrines, they ring bells. Bells are associated with the spirit world. So when you are calling a spirit and you are ringing a bell, the spirit will attend to you or know that you are calling them. That's the reason why bells are used in spirituality.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's the same with the Haitian system as well. I just didn't know. I thought maybe it had a different meaning. What's the word for the bell in Ewe language?
It depends on which bell. We have so many different types of bell. There is the small one that people wear on the ankle. That one is called nyadodwe. The people wear it on the ankle. And even in some readings, you need to find that kind of bell to be put in your vosa so that the vosa can work or it will come to pass. It's called nyadodwe. Then we have the normal bell. We call some avaga. Avaga. Ega means metal or a bell. So when they ring it, there is something in between the bell that will be touching at the other side, like what hits the bell and makes the sound. So we have that one called avaga. And then there are also some bells that actually may not have this inside. So that one you don't ring it. You use it to fetch water to pour on vodus, or even to use it to drink some medicines which are spiritual medicines, but you use the bell to drink, especially those for memory, for children's school memory. It's also a bell, but they don't have the stick in between to hit the side to make the noise. So, but a simple word for every bell is called egahoho. Egahoho.
And does the gourd have the same purpose? It's just calling the spirit?
The God. The calabash. Oh, it depends on the culture. It depends on this, but in the Ewe culture, if they are going to use the gourd, then they have to put the beads around it. And some spirits, they need to use it to call them, depending on which spirit. But we don't use that very much in calling spirit, but we use them in song, the God. But I don't know, maybe in some other parts people use it. People who have been trying to say they are calling dwarfs, they use the God and put seeds in and say they are. But then I tried to go under that and I realized that it is just a fake thing. It's not anything truth in it. They use it to deceive people.
question, Papa. I was told that in doing sacrifices, if you do a white guinea fowl, it is a higher level of sacrifice than a regular guinea fowl. Have you come across the same?
Not exactly. It depends on the sacrifice that you are doing, and it also depends on the reading that you are doing. If it's in the reading that a white guinea fowl should be used, then it is a white guinea fowl. But then if the reading just says guinea fowl, you can use any kind of guinea fowl. But I have not come across where they say the white guinea fowl is the highest. But you know, in Ghana, we have so many different tribes, so many different ethnic groups. And the guinea fowl originally is from the northern part of Ghana. And the Northerners use it a lot in their spiritual practices. So there is a possibility that in the northern part of Ghana, when the fowl or the guinea fowl has a different, has a different color, it has a different meaning according to their sacrifices. But then in the Ewe land, we normally don't have that guinea fowl as the white color or the black color, unless the reading demands that it must be done with a white guinea fowl. However, we have certain voodoos in Ewe land that eat chicken, and some do only eat red cockerels, a red cockerel, and some you have to feed them with white cockerel. Like my mirror, my magic mirror here does not eat red cockerel. It only eats white cockerel. It doesn't eat goat. It eats ram. It eats pigeon, and it eats other animals, but it does not eat chicken if it's not white. So in that kind of feeding, I can say that abochi, the magic mirror, or kotokolidonko, there's so many names that it has, because there's not one voodoo in it. There's so many voodoos inside. That's why it has so many. So I would say that it does not eat a red chicken, because it's a taboo for it to eat a red chicken. So that may also be the case on the white guinea fowl, and then the black or the ordinary guinea fowl. But in my own shrine, I don't have anything like that, and I've not really come across whether you are using a white guinea fowl is more powerful than the normal guinea fowl. So I don't know, but then it depends on where the spiritual base is coming from. If it is Ewe Vodu, I don't know, but then it depends on the teacher as well.
Papa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, big brother.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Papa, okay. I just want to know, if Voodoo, the color seems to be white and pink. Can you just show us, tell us officially, maybe what the colors, red, black, what they signify? You know, because I see color keeps coming up. Really. So does it necessarily have special significance? Why?
Even as we know, the white light represents different presence of different colors. And sometimes, not sometimes, most of the times, the voodoo, because voodoo doesn't speak human language, the voodoos speak in colors. And it is you, the priest, sometimes have to translate this into human language for people to understand. So in Voodoo, the most colors that are used in Ewe Vodu is red, white, red, black, blue, and dark blue. And you don't see that much of yellow. but the white, black, red. This we call these three colors which means God, or the color of God, or the color of spirits, black, white, and red. So you will see this one in Ewe Vodu, very common, these three colors. Some they are combined together as one, some they may be just white and black, some may be only white, some may be only black, and some may be only red. So those are the three major colors in Ewe Vodu. We call them or the cloth that I use for the spirit. So I don't know so much about other ones, but once in a while some spirit may demand a different color, and that color must be given back. It may not be its regular color, but it may demand, and then it's given. But most of the spirits in Ewe land or in Ewe Vodu uses these three colors: black representing darkness, white representing light, and the red representing blood and anger. So this is my knowledge about colors in Ewe Vodu.
All right. Thank you, Pastor.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. Did the guy come? He's on our other phone too. He's on the this thing. What do you call it? He's also on the African Magic Temple phone. His name is Anani something. So it's I'm not sure. No. You can call him because he was in the car coming. See it's Anani something.
God with Anani.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Here. Okay, people on Clubhouse, please come with your questions. Let's do this.
Now, are there certain movies that you can't wear certain colors around, or you forbidden to wear colors around?
Yes, there are some vodus that don't like certain colors, and they will not let you wear some colors. That's why there are some voodoo shrines you cannot go into the shrine with even wearing shirt on your back. You have to go bare chested. There are certain vodus don't like certain colors, and if you know what they don't like, you don't deal with. You don't use that color to go to them. Yes.
You know what the purpose of being bare chested is?
Most of the time, the voodoo doesn't want people to wear any color, or is not interested in the color that may come. So maybe that's the reason that the voodoo asks everybody who is coming to the shrine to be bare chested, because it does not know which color you will be wearing to come into its presence. So it will be rather everybody is bare chested. Maybe the Huno is the only one who knows which color to wear, and he or she may wear that color, but other people may not know the color, so they may just wear anything. So it is better to prevent having any problem. So if you are best chested, you don't have any problem.
And you said fall earlier. What is that? What is the actual definition of fall?
Humvo, avo, is cloth or clothing. Avo in Ewe means cloth or clothing. It could be shirt, it could be anything better. Avo means clothing. So, which is God, spirit, or divine entity, angel, the word hum is for spirit, just like how voodoo is the same like what voodoo is. So when we say humvo, it means the clothing of the or spirit's clothing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Said, again, we have again lost the this thing.
Yes. We are working on the.
You want to put it on computer?
Yes.
So that when I speak from here, it goes straight?
Yes.
But this problem is going to be coming up.
Just hold on.
Oh, okay. So Facebook is what we have to tell them to hold on, because they are the ones who are not hearing. So Facebook should be holding on. We are trying to work on the sound so that it will go through the computer directly to you instead of going through the speaker. So we can be working with the Clubhouse straight away now for now. So the last question, was it coming from Westner?
Yeah.
Okay, so humvo simply means the clothing that the clothing that this thing uses, what the spirit uses. So.
Well, with a mic,
no, just get the TV.
The TV. What do we have the TV? Okay, we have now tried to transfer the distance to the computer directly so that everybody can see and hear. We hope it will be more easier than speaking on the.
Can you check your channels on phone?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, please go ahead. But my mic is mute. I want to know.
All right. Hey. Okay.
I want to know if you can hear me, because they are working on the microphone and everything, so it makes it easy. Can you people hear me?
Is someone off their mic? We can hear you. We can hear your background in case you weren't aware.
Well, clearly that person is francophone speaking person, isn't it?
Okay, if you have some question, please bring the question up. Senna, you are there. If you can hear, you can try to moderate and make this thing go on well. I think my microphone can be controlled from here. And you have to release my mic from there.
over on the phone.
It's showing.
It's actually, this is
when you click it, it doesn't go. Give me my phone. But I told them that the beds.
Yes.
From here, so when someone is talking, just
It's almost 4. Let's close this and the people can go on. But I have to do.
Hello?
Yeah, Chris.
Yeah.
Are you here?
I'm coming.
You know, I am doing my life. I don't like people calling me. I told you to be here. That's all. You just keep calling me while I'm doing that you should be here. So what? Is anybody there now? Can you hear me?
Oh, please, kindly talk like that.
And I studied with this throughout this whole conversation, but just had some questions about, like, is there any special adherence to twins after they're born? I know there's a research called the veggies. That's often there's ritual work done. Excuse me, my voice for those children, and I know the children born after the veggies are known as Ewe Vodu, which I find interesting. There's a similarity in the linguistics. So just wanted you to kind of just share a little bit more about the circumstance of the twins birthing, the mothers, you know, how a mother fairs for twins, as well as any type of ritual work, let's say for me, because I'm like on the fence of having another child, but I'm feeling it. What would be done? Thank you.
Okay, I did not hear all the questions that you were asking, but the part I could hear, the parts of the twins and the word of Yoruba twins, the Ibeji, and then the Kainde and Idowu and all these things, which is similar to the Ewe way. You see, the Ewe people as an ethnic group share a lot of similarities with the Yorubas as well. As traditional spirituality and culture there is so much, even certain names are the same name, as pronunciation the same and meaning the same. You can find those words in Yoruba, and you could also find them in Ewe as well as in Four and Ewe, because the Four people are closer to the Yorubas than we, the other Ewes. Geographically. So the Ewes, the Ibeji, as it's in we call it Venavi, Vodu. That means the Vodu of the twig. Vodu. Vena means ve means two. Ve means two. So Vena means a mother who gave birth. So Venavi means twins in Ewe. Means the children of the mother who has the twins. Venavi, child or small. So Venavi means twin. So the twins are adored, their mothers are adored. The family of twins, when they want to see how many people form the twin clan, the first will be the mother. Then the mother will be called Vena, means the woman with double child, Vena. Then the father will come, and the father will be called Venachu.
Thank you. It's interesting because I had a divination about 16 years ago in the Ifa tradition. Before I had spoke of twins coming, so it was interesting 16 years later that they showing up. I had so many symbolisms that I was going to have a pregnancy, and they were going to be doubles, and showing up they're here. And they'll be 6 and 7. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have Venachu, which is of the mother who gave birth to two. Then we have people at the top. Before the Venavi, after Venachu, we have Clove, or Clove, means the one that came before the twins is said to be like the Habibna, the leader, the one that brought the good luck for the twins to come into the world. He came first to prepare the place down. Twins will come. The mother, the father, the Lord, mean the one that brought the two. That is 3 people. Then now we have the Venovi, which will have Achu and Eche. Achu and Eche supposed to be the junior one, and Eche is supposed to be. Achu is the one who is born first, but according to Ewe culture, the one, because the senior one sent him to go and look into the world and see. So the senior, so we have a chair and even though there are Achu, which is the first one. No, Eche, who is the first one, will be called the junior, but the second one who comes after the first one will be called the 5 people now. The Edo will now follow the 6, and then meet the small. So this is the 7 people that are in the family of the twins. All other people form the twin as far as that is twins culture is. There are 7: father, mother, the elder brother or sister, the follow the twins, and the one who follow the twins, which is the Doche. I think that's the one they call Idowu in Yoruba, or there must be Abayomi Balogun is here. So from Tai and Kainde, then they come the Idowu, or there's another in Yoruba. Okay, thank you, Balogun, Abayomi. Thank you. And do that also form part of the twin?
Yeah, the twin.
Okay. 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 So in the Yoruba, right? About the father and the mother and the one who comes. Oh, okay. But then in our Ewe culture, just like in Yoruba culture, the twins are very celebrated people. And when we have twins, we have to do rituals to keep them alive, because it is believed that they know to see the future. So in Ewe culture, and the mother of twins is very, very much respected. She should never be given only one single thing. Everything that you give to that mother must always be double. Whether the children are on their own or not, the mother must always be given 2 things each time something wanted to be given to her. Abayomi, please, you have to speak out loudly, because other people on other platforms are listening, but they can only listen through our speaker here. So you need to speak louder.
Okay. Okay, so I said that there are so many similarities between the way twins are revered in Ewe culture and the Yoruba culture. And I mentioned that in the southwestern town where we have the highest number of twins in the world.
Okay.
So in that town, each family has at least a set of twins.
Okay. Yeah. And what's the name of that town?
I'll find out. I've forgotten. I'll check it and share with you.
It's not Ogbomoso or Shogo?
It's in southwestern Nigeria.
Okay. Okay.
It's small town. It's not Oshogo. It's a small
Okay. That's interesting. Interesting to have. So the person who asked the question, you are getting a lot into the way twins are in the Ewe and the Yoruba culture.
No, thank you so much. I'm just curious, do you all do any book recommendations in this Clubhouse that I can read more about the way of life, I guess the spiritual aspect of it? I'm just curious.
Okay, the Clubhouse has so many people on it, and we all have different ideas and knowledge. But then, if you are talking about twins, we will put beads, special twin beads on the wrist of the twins, and to identify them that they are twins, so that everywhere they go in society, automatically people, by seeing the beads on their wrist, know that they are twins, or they are in the group of twins. That's what we do. And also there is something called Venovize. Eze means pot. They prepare a special pot for the twins. In that pot there is water for them to bath, and when sometimes the water will be poured out, and also coins and in forms of coin used to be put into the pot for the twins, so that they will not grow poor in life. So that's how some of the things that Ewes do by revering the twins and the spirit of the twins. Yeah, this is how. And if one twin should by accident or by through sickness or whatever, the Ewes will have to carve that dead twins and will have to represent that dead one in the form of a doll. And if the two should die, and then they have to carve, they should be given clothing just like normal children, and be fed just like normal children. Sometimes the mother will always put them on her table when she's going to eat, if they pass on, or even carry them in her bosom wherever she's going and cover them. That's what we do in Ewe. These days we don't see that Christianity, but when I was growing up, it was very, very common.
So the name of the town is Igbora. It's in Oyo State.
Igbora in Oyo State.
Igbora, yes. Wow. Yes. That's where you have the highest occurrence of twins.
Wow.
Anywhere in the world.
And do they have any scientific reason?
Well, people have tried to link it to their diet.
Okay.
But no one can really say for certain what the reason is.
I've heard they said the yam. And it's interesting that the festival today, I noticed, I think, is that's happening right now. With the, I guess when the God people, that the yam, so I'm not sure if it's because of the harvest. I'm just wondering what that thinking is as well. But I've always heard of the yam being the reason for that.
Yeah, I think
why they eat that much yam?
We also eat yam. They prepare.
Sorry, I'm not a yam eater, so I don't know if that's 100% for me.
Yeah, I think.
I love yam, but that's not why I don't think.
In culture also, there's a special festival for the twins. Yes, to their birthday, where they have to mash yam, add palm oil and egg to eat, and then they scatter it in the house for the spirit of the twin, and also they give to the house. They make it into ball, and then everybody eats, and then the twins themselves will eat egg. Each one will eat an egg with the yam. That's what they do. They were doing in the past. These things are dying off because of Christianity. And when you start doing them, they say it is you are doing a devilish ritual. So we are losing our everything. This is the purpose of African Magic Temple, to revive our culture, our traditional way, to keep us alive, because we are taking the ways of other people, and it is really kind of cleaning our culture and our ways of life away, and we are dying every day.
Baba.
Yes.
In this story of Yam and fertility, when a man wants to get with a woman,
yeah, we also say so. No, it's not only in Yoruba. It is not only in Yoruba. It is in Ewe also. The Ewe is also when you are going to, you want to date a woman, and when it comes to sex and this thing, you will say, "I want to eat yam." It is in Ewe too.
That's correct.
The Ewe also say the same.
So it's possible there's a correlation. Just that maybe we are not investigating because all these people can't be wrong.
No, they are not wrong. They are not wrong. Let me go from here to Facebook again. We have Martin Kobler, my brother. I believe that the food have is Togbe Aziza. If you don't have one, I think you should try to get one. It will greatly enhance you and your work. Okay, for Martin, that Aziza thing that people are talking about, those Vodus are all lies, are all fake things. So when you see someone say they have Aziza, I tell you it's a lie. So those things do not. I don't pulsate towards or gravitate towards those kind of lies. I try to find out until I realize that most of these people who say they have Aziza and all this, most of them are just scams. So I don't go towards that. I have seen Aziza in my life by myself. If they want to be with me, they would have been with me now. I don't go for things that are to use to scam people. I deal in reality. If anyone comes to you and say he has Aziza, watch him very well. And then we have Zahir Olubumi Mobolaji Ture. What is Shin, if any, with an Asian connection? I don't know. I'm not interested in ancient Egypt at all. I'm just in my current people, my Ewe people. Because a lot of time people towards to ancient Egypt. I don't have any relationship. I don't know the connection between the Ewes and Egypt. Yeah.
Papa.
Yes.
What we talked about Togbe Ade, you said that the first, they all move in three. The first in line is metal.
Yes.
Now, I wanted to find out, are there any specific metals that are particular mention, or is just any metal?
Okay, you see the spirit Egu. The spirit Egu, I think that's what the Yoruba, the god of Arion.
Yes.
We call it Egu. And Egu is iron. So it's the one that built gun, spears, hoes, cutlasses, and everything. And they are all made out of iron. Because I think the first metals that our people discovered was iron. Then the spirit of iron, which is Egu or Ogun in Yoruba, had been what they had always worshipped. So the Egu, which being iron, then Togbe Ade, because as per the Ewe, it was the Egu that made the gun, or made the spear, or the arrow, or the cutlass, that the Togbe Ade took into the bush to be able to use to kill an animal. So a goop is always part of Togbe Ade.
Okay, thank you, Papa.
And when you come, I have just set it up, and I have the metals all in front of the gate of Ade.
Okay, we'll be there soon.
Okay. It's not easy. And then let me go to the Facebook up there. Who is sitting there? Move it. Let me see. There's a question up there. Let me see if I can answer it. Yeah. Okay. Now we have done with the Egypt question. Now we should go to Zahir. That is Egypt. Then we have Mariam Aisha. Greetings, Papa. Thank you for promoting the ways of our ancestors. Your work is very important. Thank you very much, Mariam. I'm very grateful for the comment. I'm very grateful. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining us. Then we have Shane Sadie. Greetings. How Shane Sadie? Greetings. How do you control fire? Why do you want to control fire? Are you a fireman or firewoman? You control fire by knowing the secret of fire. And then we have Zahid Oladbumi Mobolaji Ture again is saying, I have a friend that said that they initiated in their sleep to become priests. Does this happen normally? He said, I don't mind them. How can you be initiated in sleep? If you don't know what you are doing, tell people you don't know what you are doing. Don't let people deceive you. How can you be initiated in your sleep? Then everybody who had a dream will wake up and say, I was initiated and became a priest. For what? Look, I get angry with this kind of people. They are scammers. Nobody is initiated in their sleep. Initiation is a physical thing. Who said that they initiate you in your dream? They can teach you things in your dream, and then you can now come onto the physical plane and put them together. But you cannot be initiated in a dream. Before you do initiation, somebody who knows the way of, okay, what is initiation? Initiation is introduction into something. When the person who is going to introduce you into the thing he or she must be very much aware and know the thing before introducing you. So how can you be initiated into something that you yourself you don't know about, and no one is there to teach you about it? So those who are saying that they were initiated in their dreams and all these things are scammers. No spirit initiate anybody in a dream. The spirit will direct you to where you will get the initiation, which is physical. There is no initiation that is not physical. Every initiation, far as I know, is a physical thing. Even I had to go from here all the way to India, to Varanasi, to be initiated into so many things. And you think that is real? That's reality. It is all scam. Let us be real. Okay, as far as Voodoo is concerned, nobody can initiate you in a dream. They can tell you certain things in a dream. And when you come back physically into the world, when you put them together and you practice it and it starts working, then you can feel that, oh, I got this knowledge from a dream, but this is what I did, this is what I did, and then it worked. But you cannot be initiated in a dream. I don't think so. About 3 days ago, last Thursday, I do some rituals at night, every Thursday night before going to bed. Some bath rituals. So during my bath ritual, I was telling my teacher, Tommy Tuji, that it's been a long time since I saw him. I've not been seeing him in my dreams anymore. Then I remember that very night I slept, and then he came to my dream, and then he taught me certain things that I was kind of struggling with to make. And then when day broke, it was very vivid in my mind, and then I just put them together, and I was even telling my children that it was Tobe Tuji who taught me in a dream. So you can't say you are being initiated in a dream. How? So anyway, we are getting to the end of today's section. I think we are now about 5:11. So we will be closing the what do you call it, the Facebook and YouTube, while the Clubhouse continue. Those who are on Facebook who have joined the Clubhouse, those who are on YouTube who have joined the Clubhouse, you can continue on the Clubhouse, and then I will see you later when I am free. I have some works to do. I have to pray to Tobe and for some people, and I have some rituals to do for the feeding of the witches and other master leave now. I'm going to pray now after answering Ewe Martin Kobler's question, and then that of Shane Sally. And then, so for Martin Kobler is saying, I only said that because Aziza appeared to you first during your childhood. Yes, I agree with you, for Martin, but there is no one who can give all the people who will give you Aziza. They are all liars. We have tried them all. We even saw people who were as old as 90 to 100 years. We trusted them, but we realized that they were just fakes. That's why the Spirit has Shane Sally again. I want to learn the secret of fire. I think Shane, to learn the secret of fire, you have to with fire, because they are the only ones who can tell you what is the secret of fire. If somebody is not dealing with something, how can the person teach you? So, no, not that I'm busy. Tell them I am in live section.
Yes. He's doing that.
So, Shane, you must get in touch with people who know how to deal with fire, or who have been dealing with fire. They are the right people to teach you the secret of fire. Thank you very much. And check a YouTube for me and see if there's anybody there. Then I can now pray. Then I'll close this section. Adeline is, how can you protect your energy? By getting initiated into some discipline that you find interesting and can teach you. You cannot just sit down and say, how can I protect my energy? And somebody tell you, don't go and drink 1 bottle of application. Then you protect your energy. Or somebody will tell you that, oh, you just go and pour libation and protect. Get people who are spiritually, so that they can teach you and then teach you how to protect your energy. It is not an online thing, it's a physical thing. Okay, thank you everybody, and thank you all the people on Clubhouse for now. I'm just going to pray and I'll close this section, but then your Clubhouse continues. It's only that I join you during my live section, and then I may join you again if the time permits. Oh, I go manga madape. Oh, manga sobolisa. Manga kitikata. Manga ese joto ame joto. Madape me yo abochi sakra kami choba. We ado go kutukuli do kwa kumaku. Awa bara nugo ya tobe yo le cho front na ni fifini pro bisingra o ko fito jambaku. O na ko fi atra kable. Me yo mi ambe kete. Me to me ho pato me babo do to ra ko mu mai. Ko no foto. Kiri ku me yo mi okeke. Le ye me yo awli da ma chama. Abagbe wo ko fi o ada pe me yo to be agbe. Ada jaklamanja tu ebe igbakula lepo. Ame da tuti le ka ewu elare me to. Me yo ara kekeke. therefore no buara de la ro yo ra ke e nya tepe yo to gbe da ma de bo kan na ni ba sa bo ko no be ti ma le mo le godo le mo po yo ra ke yo hebia so vodu agbo u de poto de na ma kazo yo mi le gba ju bo su fa na go ni o keke ko o bu ga ke me di dagbe yo gbe ni so be dagbe to go na la se na me be ti ko fra mi no view la pele gbe yo ba na menese mi afo mi adao mi view to ba na menese ni toile enu iwore ni play vinyo ni to ku jo vi to ba wo e ma na mi agbo abevilo ni me nya o mi anda si me ne ku na msi o do go me ke bete ni ba si na ma kai yo ba ta ni de me yo ya wele ko ni me no go bela na kada mo ne ni la go bela kada le do mi ni be fo fo ni to me no go bela na kada ya wele do ni do nya wo pe cosa me na mi opetero. Okay, now I am done with the prayers, ending or closing prayers for the section, and we will continue on what do you call it, the clubhouse. Clubhouse is all through the week, so we will be people who will join, and I will join, and I will also share some light on things that are not we are not on. People also can share light on them. Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. And I'm saying thank you. May the ancestors and the gods of our land continue to bless you and strengthen you. They make sure that African tradition does not vanish into the white man's world. Thank you very much.